This computer is actually very much like our own minds. You see, the way humans work is that we copy things. We saw a fish, we thought of a boat. We saw a bird, we thought of a plane. We saw a cheetah, and we thought of a car. We saw worms, and we thought of digging. We saw squirrels, and we thought of harvesting. We saw wolves, and we thought of becoming predators. This is how humans work. And so anything that we create is a reflection of something that we have absorbed. This is why even computers reflect the way that we are as humans. Notice the task manager. As you can see, all of these programs are running simultaneously. However, if I go to the programs that I actually have open, there's only one of them, this task manager. Well, consider this task manager window as the mental state of consciousness that you're in while you're meditating. This task manager is the true awareness of that which is not perceivable on the surface. Now, if you look at the task manager, you'll notice that it's categorized by CPU, which is processing usage, memory, the capacity for maximum thought in one given moment, or in total, disk, and network. Now everything is arranged so that the tasks which are taking up the least amount of energy are placed at the bottom, and the tasks progress to using the most amount of energy at the top. Now, if you can see what's going on with my task manager, I haven't taken very good care of this computer. Just like we all haven't taken very good care of our own minds. We're so busy working on the outside aspects of reality that we neglect the inside aspects, not realizing that, like this computer, a well-maintained body, a well-maintained mind makes for a much more livable life. If you look at my task manager right now, you'll see that the disk space is at 100%. Therefore, anything I try to do is destined to fail. I've clicked 3 seconds ago on the internet icon, but still the browser hasn't come up. Consider this what it feels like to be energy drained and to try to do a high performance task. This is what it's like to suffer from what medical science in the DSM would call ADHD. ADHD means that you have a lot more tasks than other people running simultaneously. In essence, you're participating in many more thoughts than the average person. For example, if the average person might walk into a room and notice 10 things, a person with quote-unquote ADHD might witness 100 things, or 200 things, even 1,000 things. This progresses until the point of maximum dysfunction, or at least until the point where the dysfunction caused by the additional thoughts overpowers the ability for the individual to have any self-control. At this level of the spectrum, it's called autism. The person becomes drained, overstressed from the overthinking, the overfeeling, and it causes action that they cannot suppress. This is what it's like to have autism. However, this happens to everyone on a certain level. The difference is that those of us that think less are using less energy and therefore are less prone to suffering from loss of energy. It is great to have more energy, to think more thoughts. But for the individual's experience, it's easier to deal with when one isn't experiencing as many thoughts. This is why my approach to raising consciousness is sort of a cut and heal technique. I don't want to expose anyone into a truth that is revealed but not solved. If I were to tell you that animals have consciousness, you might say, well then, we're all immoral for eating them. However, I would have left out the part where I state that carnivorous animals devour omnivorous, other carnivorous, or vegetarian animals. And vegetarian animals eat vegetation. They kill vegetation. If I were to tell you that vegetation had a consciousness, then you would say that the vegetable-eating animals were also immoral. And you might even think, well, if they're immoral, then it must be fair play to eat them instead. And then you might think, well, that's just the hierarchy. We're the more advanced species, therefore we're the more righteous. However, it turns out that we really are what we eat. We become what we take inside of us. And so if what we take inside of us is dominated and constrained, we will become dominated and constrained as well. However, if what we take inside of us is accepted, nurtured, and integrated, then we will be accepted, nurtured, and integrated into it as well. It is in this way, paying respect to the forces of nature in the universe, and that which we take inside of ourselves, that we grow as individuals and rise into consciousness and energy. It is in not rejecting, but refusing to perpetuate the loss of energy for no purpose, that we are set free, that we retain our energy, that we may use it in more constructive ways. However, that is not to say to go against the universe and to deny that which is meant to happen by withholding our energy. There are times which we must use our energy laboriously for no reward. And there are times which, even though it would be very easily, we must conserve our energy for fear that with the knowledge that we only have a specific amount of energy each day, in each lifetime, that we only have enough for one ultimate outcome. The ultimate thing that would be possible in your life, on every plane that it unfolds, whether it be relationships, success in your career, travel, family, experience, enjoyment, any of these planes. Do you know where I'm going?